Hi Mew Crew, and welcome back to another video on Pokemon Pocket. So today I'll be talking about my predictions for the upcoming set of the A2 expansion in Pokemon Pocket. There's been a lot of speculation about what that set could involve, but I definitely think that the Johto Pokemon will be massively involved in this set. Thanks to a reliable source, Pokegirl Lauren has confirmed that the next set will be released on January 29th. That's not long at all. Pokegirl Lauren previously correctly reported that the A1A expansion was going to be released on 16th of December as well. As for the A2 set, Pokegirl Lauren has predicted that there will be 230 cards and it will completely change the meta. Now, this comment strikes to me that there are some current really strong decks, but I think the Mewtwo in general has been a difficult deck to counter, so I do think she is referring to this. So I'll go into more detail about what my predictions are for what cards are going to come up and what to expect. So first things first, it's going to be based on the Johto region. I think this is a really big prediction. Most people are saying it's going to be Johto since, you know, the first few expansions have been based on Kanto. There have been some non-Kanto Pokemon in these decks, but it has been very, very focused on the Kanto region. So it's no surprise that this set will be focused on the Johto region. Now, there are many, many popular cards in the Johto region, and obviously we have been teased some Johto Pokemon when we got released of the A1A set with the Celebi. The Celebi kind of gave us a bit of foreshadowing for the next set, and therefore, because we have that Celebi card, we probably won't have much of Celebi in the next set, but it means we can focus on some of the other more popular Pokemon in the Johto region. So my prediction for this set, we are going to see a Dark EX card finally in this set. Genetic Apex and Mythical Island didn't release a Dark EX card, and rightly so, as it would have absolutely smashed the Mewtwo deck. But since this has become so strong and it's time for a bit of a switch up in the meta, I do think a Dark EX card is going to be in the works. Now, what that card could be, there are a variety of Pokemon that it could be, but my predictions will either be Tyranitar, Houndoom, or Umbreon. Umbreon's probably my least expected card since there's not any other EX evolution cards, but since it's such a popular evolution, I wouldn't put it past Pokemon trying to do something on those lines. However, I do think Houndoom and Tyranitar are good contenders as well. Tyranitar is an incredibly popular Pokemon, and Houndoom is pretty popular as well. My bets would probably be on Tyranitar since Houndoom could crop up as a fire type card, but it also could be up there in a dark type EX as well. Having a decent dark deck is going to be massive for both countering the Mewtwo deck, but also having a little bit of defense from a lot of those fighting decks that are out there at the moment. Now, on top of that, I do think we'll have a Metal EX card because we don't currently have one of those either. And bearing in mind the Dark and Steel types were introduced in the Johto region, so this feels appropriate for bringing these two types out in this expansion with a decent EX. Now, the two Pokemon that I do predict will be Metal EX cards, either one or both of them, is Steelix and Scizor. I think Scizor will be the firm favourite. We already have the Cypher card, and then we'll be able to evolve that. Another typing that we don't currently have an EX card for is the Dragon typing. However, I really doubt there's going to be a Dragon EX in this set. I think that might come at a later date in perhaps a Hoenn expansion when there's more Dragon types. So I also think there will be a focus on the Legendary Dogs as there has been for the Legendary Birds. I believe the Legendary Dogs will get their own EX cards, plus maybe those rainbow cards like we saw with the Legendary Birds. And as for the immersive cards, I believe these will be Ho-Oh and Lugia. It could also be the Legendary Dogs, but I genuinely believe it's going to be Ho-Oh and Lugia. Celebi's already got an immersive card, so I definitely don't think it will be Celebi. This is really exciting because I feel like they could do something really incredible with the Lugia and Ho-Oh cards. As with other immersive cards, you often see other Pokemon littered in the background, and it comes with a cool scenery. And obviously, the Ho-Oh card can involve the tower and the Legendary Dogs, and the Lugia can involve something to do with the sea and, you know, the Aeroblast and maybe the Legendary Birds. The A2 expansion will likely bring back the booster pack selection as we did with A1. So in A1 we had Mewtwo, Charizard and Pikachu. Now, a lot of people were saying there weren't a lot of connections between those three cards, but if you think about it, in the Kanto region they're the three most popular Pokemon, so this kind of makes sense. So anything could fly with this one. We could get the 3 Legendary Dogs as booster packs. We could get the free Johto starters, so Feraligatr, Typhlosion and Meganium, or we could also get free popular Johto Pokemon, and this could range anything from Lugia, Suicune, Umbreon, Tyranitar. It could be a multiple of things. Now with the A1 set, the Mewtwo, Pikachu and Charizard booster packs did mix cards, but they also had card specifics within those packs, and they were often to do with their type-ins. So it wouldn't be surprising if the booster packs in the A2 went on type-ins. So we could probably see a dark Pokemon on one of the booster packs, and then maybe a metal Pokemon, and then maybe a third one in there somewhere. Who knows? All down to speculation, but these are sort of my, my predictions so far. I don't have anything pinned down for this one because I think there could be a range of things. I do think the booster packs probably will be based on some of the more popular Pokemon of the Johto region rather than the legendary dogs or the starters, but these could be things that could happen. So we'll also be introduced to a new rarity level as well, the Rainbow Rarity. I don't know what this could be. Again, there's a lot of speculation on what this could be. We had rainbow cards in the previous 2 sets, so it's unusual they brought out a Rainbow Rarity, but this could be really exciting anyway. Now, something else that got announced recently was the trade-in aspect for Pokemon Pocket. We've been waiting for ages to be able to trade, and I understand why they've maybe delayed it a little because, they want people to be opening packs and not being able to easily swap. We now have official information about how trading is going to work. It doesn't completely incorporate everything that we know about it, but the main thing that we wanted to know is how it will work in terms of which cards can be traded, and it has been announced that all the diamond levels will be able to be traded and the 1-star. So unfortunately, anything rarer than a 1-star will not be able to be traded. I'm kind of glad that we do at least have the 1-star trades because I do have a few of these missing that I would like to trade. But some of the more rarer ones that are really, really hard to pull, we won't be able to trade currently. It will also require an item to trade, so this could be the Shine Dust or it could be something new introduced to the game. A lot of items are in this game, so it could be that it's a completely new item, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe it is the Shine Dust. So yeah, I'm not completely disappointed by the trade-in, but I'm glad we can at least trade some of the 1-star cards. For those of you who currently don't have one of the Rainbow Border cards, the gold card or an immersive card, I'm sorry to say that it won't be easily traded. And that's everything so far for my predictions of the next A2 set. Now obviously we're using this from a reliable source, but things could change, but I do believe this is probably how it's going to be, and then all of my predictions are based on kind of logic of how the Pokemon Pocket sets have been going. That Mewtwo deck needs a really good counter. The dark typing needs a good EX. The metal typing needs a good EX. Of course, we'll see a lot of the legendaries become EX cards. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video.